Good afternoon, average engineers. I wanted to talk about a survey I recently did on my Substack newsletter. I thought it was very interesting. It was a survey for data engineers. So I have about 11,000 people that read the newsletter. So I thought it'd be interesting just to post a survey, send a survey out with just some random data engineering questions. I think we should just go through them and talk about them, maybe talk about what they mean. Of course, this is not a perfect survey. It's just a bunch of random questions again about data engineering. But again, I think it's interesting just to see, a subset, a couple hundred data engineers. What do they say about using a tool, what they're doing, things like that. I think we can maybe just talk about these things and see how interesting they are. Now, this first one I was not that surprised with. I said, do you prefer Databricks or Snowflake was the first question, and I'm not surprised here. Maybe a little bit. 64% responded Databricks, only 36 Snowflake. Man. I mean, I know Databricks has been awesome lately. You hear less and less about Snowflake. You've heard a lot of people the last few years complaining about its cost. I think that's going to start happening with Databricks as well. But I think just in the data engineering market in general, you look around and Databricks puts a ton of time and resources into Delta Lake, into Spark, and just marketing and producing things and open source libraries. And they're a juggernaut, and they're eating Snowflake's lunch. And you can see that reflected here in the numbers. People prefer Databricks, surprise, surprise. I mean, I had to ask this one. I found this one kind of interesting, but then at the same time, I guess I've been ripped apart by poo-pooing on SQL, so people think I'm an idiot about it. But I asked if you had to pick your favorite, Python or SQL. And of course, they're like right on par. Most people pick Python just by a little bit, but it's pretty much hand in hand, those two. I mean, data engineers are known for just being SQL monkeys, and I think people that are like that suck, but, I guess whatever. Each to his own tool, and it's about 50-50, so half people like Python, half people like SQL. It's all good. Of course, the smart one said both. This one is not surprising at all. If you had to pick one, Rust or Golang, of course, everybody picked Rust. I don't know if that's just because it's popular, but I don't know. I've written both Golang and Rust. I think I'm going to write another article on this in the future. Golang lost the race to be the data engineering backend language. Rust has obviously won that with tools like Polars. This is not a surprise at all to see this. Rust eating Golang's lunch. Another one that's not surprising at all, if you had to pick one, AWS or GCP, well, 73% AWS. Geez, poor GCP, man, poor Google. Those hobbits, man, they just can't get anything right. They've been dying on the vine for a while. No surprise. Another super interesting one, I was kind of excited to ask this, data pipeline orchestration. What are you using? Of course, no surprises. Apache Airflow takes the day. I don't know, you see all these tools coming out trying to take over Apache Airflow. I don't know, this tells you about how good they're doing. I mean, Prefect, Dagster, Mage, Astronomer. Astronomer is kind of low, huh? Wow. But yeah, it's just interesting to see. I mean, I guess these other tools are picking up a little bit of market share, maybe more in the future. Who knows? I just had to ask this. Is Skyla dead? We all know it's dead, and everybody else says yes. I mean, if it wasn't for Spark, it would be, taken out back behind the barn. You know what I'm saying? Skyla's dead, and everybody else agrees with me, apparently. This kind of surprised me. I didn't think this would be the case. I thought this one would be flip-flop. Do you unit test your code and pipelines? Just put it straight to the data engineer. 60% said yes, 40% said no. I honestly thought the no's were going to be way more. I thought it was going to be like 60-40 the other way. Most people not. That's usually been my experience, although I think lately data engineering stepped up a little bit, the community. I mean, 5-6 years ago, I would think this would be flip-flop. Nowadays, people are starting to get the hint, starting to unit test their stuff. That's good to see. I'm proud of all you data engineers out there. I don't believe this. I just don't believe this. I think people are just messing with me. Are you using data quality tools? 56%, almost 60% of people said they are. I mean, that's crazy. No, I don't believe you people. I'm pretty sure it's like 90-10. 90% of people are not using data quality tools. I should have asked what they're using. I'm really curious about this. I'll need to write some more about this data quality topic and see what people are actually using for tools, because I'm pretty sure that's a lie. This is pretty funny. I just did this to be cynical, though I'm surprised a lot of 40 people said yes. Are data contracts real? No, they're not real. 60% of people agreed with me and said no, they're not real. It's a bunch of blah, 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 Although 43% said yes, it's amazing. Maybe I'll be proved wrong. I don't know. We'll see what happens to data contracts in the future. I don't know. I think it's snake oil, but This I was just more curious about. Is data modeling dead? 75% of people said no, and I would agree with them. Data modeling is huge for data engineering and always will be. It's a major part of the job. Looks like y'all are smart out there. Got some interesting ones here. Have you used Polars? 64% said no. Wow, I was not expecting that. Polars is awesome. What are you idiots using pandas? I mean, give me a break. Only 36% said yes, they're using Polars. Come on, what's wrong with you people? Again, have you used DuckDB? 33% said yes, more no's, which I'm not surprised about. I mean, DuckDB is kind of, I don't know. I know it's a nice tool. You can do stuff with it, but geez, it ain't no Polars, man. Now, of course, I had to ask people that, which one would you have to pick? I'm surprised it came out that close. I don't know. Maybe the DuckDB people are emailing around saying, oh, click on this, man. But definitely Polars beating out DuckDB, though not by much. That's a little weird. I don't get that. Again, something's going on there. Are you tired of the modern data stack? Only 56% yet. 44% said no, they're not tired of the modern data stack. Man, what is going on with you people? Of course, I had to ask, what kind of engineer are you? Junior, mid, senior? I just want to see what kind of people answering these questions. 41% are senior engineers. Man, I don't know, man. I have to talk to your bosses. This was not a surprise for lake houses. Should you use Delta Lake, Iceberg, Hootie? I'm weird, something else. Delta Lake just eating everybody's lunch, which is funny because you hear a lot of, Iceberg has some loud dev reels and, marketing stuff, but I don't know what to say. I mean, you could say this survey isn't real, but I don't know, man. Delta Lake's eating everybody's lunch. No surprise there. This was super interesting. Will Apache Spark still be here in 10 years? 75% of people said yes. Man, I don't know. I kind of agree. Unless something else comes along, man, Apache Spark, it's the GOAT, and it's staying around. Learn it. No surprise here. Which relational database is the best? Of course, Postgres hits the top. A little bit of SQL Server love in there. MySQL, oh, poor man. And Oracle, oof, say it ain't so. I had to ask if people work on machine learning things. A couple people said yes. Decent amount, almost, 50-50 split. It's not bad, more than I thought. These are interesting questions here. Is my job stressful? Almost 60% of people said yes. Ooh, I think that tells you something about data teams. Don't do it. I'm trying to trigger people here. It didn't work that well. Is DBT the devil? Only 20% of people said yes. All you people love your SQL way too much, and your DBT too. Although 34% of people never used it. That made me happy. Ooh, interesting one here. Am I overpaid, underpaid? Feels just right. Look at that. Feels just right. And an underpaid. Not too many people are overpaid like me. Feels just right. That's not bad. I'm glad for y'all making some money. Oh, here you go. I use AI tools in my job. ChatGPT, Copilot, etc. daily. Almost 80% of people using it, man. It's here to stay. It's taking our jobs. Ha ha.